What is good, Jakob? Here today to take a look at the brand new setup from Adidas. Because as you probably already know, Adidas have killed off their 4 old silos and have let them move on to the green pastures of football boot heaven. Rest in peace, 4 silos. But anyway, they've done so because football has changed and it's looking different now. So to replace the old silos, Adidas introduced the Ace, the X, and the very brand new Messi 15.1. And today you and I are going to have a closer look at what this 3-boot setup is actually about. So the story behind the new setup is that Adidas analyzed the game for a long time, and what they found was that teams today only need 2 types of players: the chaos-inducing game changer and then the controlling heartbeat of the team. And obviously for those 2 types, they needed 2 new boots. The X for the chaos player and the Ace for the control player, which you can kind of also see on the design. But then there's also Lionel Messi. And how do you define Lionel Messi? Well, frankly, you don't, because he's too awesome to be categorized into either chaos or control. He's indefinable. He's that good. And apparently, when you are that good, you get your own boots. Starting off with the Adidas X, the Germans decided to look at the needs of the game changer and thus wanted to give them a good distractionless fit in order to take their minds off of everything else but what's going on the pitch. And also they wanted to give them a good amount of traction so they could really speed away from their opponent and change direction in a very unexpected way. And obviously they also wanted to give them a good precise touch on the ball with a little bit of grip to allow them to express themselves in a very unexpected, magical way. And to get there, Adidas introduced their Tech Fit color to give you a snug close to the foot and almost ankle sock-like fit when you wear the X. And furthermore, they also have their X-Skin synthetic, which is not only really thin, but actually also super soft to mold around your feet. And everything is topped off with this non-stop grip, rather sticky technology of little dots to give you, well, more grip. To get you that good traction to speed away from your opponent, Adidas also introduced this F50-like sole plate to give you a lot of aggressive traction, not only when you go forward, but also when you want to make these sharp cuts and turns because of the bladed studs. But also, the X has this second traction configuration to really follow the roll of your foot, so you're always in touch with the ground when you push off for even more grip. Also, when it comes to the design, it is a bold boot, and the X has been splitting opinion ever since it released. But when it comes to the actual performance, the X is really a very, very good boot. And you can check out my review right up there. Moving on to the Ace. It's made for the controlling player, and obviously you need the right tools for that, apart from obviously the skills. But anyway, that means that he or she needs grip, and then some comfort. Let's add a bit of more grip, and on top of that, some grip. Now that basically means that this is made for control, no matter where on the boot you touch the ball. And in order to get that amount of grip, Adidas have made this control whip, which is a black 3D structure equipped with first a sticky coating and then ultimately these little non-stop grip dots on top of it to give you a ton of friction and ultimately grip on the ball. I mean, that's what they wanted, right? But anyway, to me, the most interesting thing is the ground control sole, which is made for when you want to control the ball with that part of your foot, which is becoming more and more popular in the modern game. At least that's what Adidas found. But anyway, the sole plate is made up of 10 big conical studs. And then with 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 33, 34, 35, 36 little studs, taking the total to a staggering 46 studs per boot. That has to be some sort of record for an FG boot. And in other words, there are no excuses whatsoever for having no sole control at all. or at least there are very, very few of them. Also, from my first impression, these rounded studs actually make up for a pretty good comfort, so there is a lot of promise to the ground control, in my opinion. Also, the middle layer on the upper, this yellow part, is actually not only super thin and pretty soft, but it's actually also breathable to keep your foot at a nice, decent temperature all game, at least when it's hot. And also Adidas equipped the Ace with this relatively big heel counter to keep your foot nice and stable within the boot. So we have grip, we have comfort, now the control is up to you. But adding to that, we have the Messis, which is just released. The Adidas Messi 15.1. And as I said before, it's really made because you can't define Messi. He's simply too good to be put in either the chaos or the control category. He's everything and does nothing, so Adidas made him his very own boots, which obviously features the Messi logo on the tongue, but also there is a Messi logo shaped stud. He has his own stud. Then you're good. Now obviously with the boot being made for Messi, it's also based on his wishes, and so it continues with the Messi 10.1s that were also a slightly modified Adi0s left off. And to me, this is the boot that out of the three feels most like what we know, because it has a hint of an F50 Adi0 to it still. But obviously there are quite a lot of changes with this slightly dimply, really soft hybrid touch-like upper. But for obvious reasons, the material is called Messi Touch. Still really soft, kind of leather-like as we know hybrid touch to be. We also have these Messi frame bars, support bars that are made to give you stability and lockdown in the midfoot and the heel. And the sole plate is designed with ever so slightly smaller and more rounded studs to give you a bit more rotational maneuverability than say in the X. So it's made to what Lionel Messi wants it to be. So the future of football in the eyes of Adidas is this: X, Ace, and Messi. And although these are the synthetic versions, if you do prefer your leather, the X and the Ace also actually come in leather versions for those who really dig their comfort. And also all three boots are actually equipped with the FG AG sole plate, so you can use them on both natural and artificial pitches, which is freaking brilliant. That was just a bit of bonus information. But guys, what do you think about the new setup from Adidas? X, Ace, and Messi? And which player are you? I'm X. You should let me know in the comment section below or on Snapchat, Unisport Live. Because this was all I have for you for today, but we're back again later with more Unisport Web TV. Signing off, cheerio.